Me personally, what pulls me out of a negative space is just getting to work. Okay, if my mind is focused on the negative, odds are I'm not being productive. And I really like to be productive. I like to get shit done, and I like you to acknowledge that I got shit done. Look at all this stuff I've done. Wow, you did a lot of work. Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear. So if I find myself in a negative space, I go do something productive. Spoiler alert, foreshadowing and or past shadowing. There's a good number of these podcasts, these solo episodes that have been recorded when I've been in a negative headspace. So, hey, I'm going to be productive. You know what I need to do? I need to record an episode. Boom. So I'm going to turn that negative into something positive. I'm going to share it with you.
What the hell's going on out here?
Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Fueled by Spite. As always, I'm your host, Dr. James Taylor. So let's talk about something. What are we going to talk about? Let's talk about something that's really hard to do. Let's talk about confrontation. It's hard to do? Like, isn't this podcast about confrontation? Yeah, kind of. It's an underlying staple, cornerstone, a foundation. Those are contradictory. Whatever. Confrontation. Telling someone to fuck off. Not necessarily. That is one way to confront somebody. But confrontation of negativity. You know what I hate? I hate is a negative word. This this podcast is really just going to be a stream of consciousness, conscious thought, I feel. I hate negativity. Like, I really do. Oh man, it sucks. It's so draining to be around negative people. It just sucks. It's terrible. I don't understand. There are a lot of things in this world I don't understand. One of them is wallowing. I say this from a biomechanical standpoint, a musculoskeletal standpoint, a lot in the office. Your body gets used to whatever you do most often. Spoiler alert, same thing is true with your brain, okay? You build muscle memory and movement patterns and habits. You also build thought habits. Your brain is literally hardwired for efficiency, and something that you do routinely becomes a reflex, whether it be flicking yourself on the knee or thinking that everybody is out to get you. The world's a shitty place. Nothing ever works out for me, or the like. Same thing. If you think everything works out for you, then it will. It just will. It will happen. If you get in the habit of positive thinking, positive thought, positive mental attitude, it's going to go right for you. If you get in the habit of negative thinking, negative mental attitude, negative thought processes, then your world will reflect that and your life will suck balls. The end. And then you will have to put on this front like it's wonderful and delightful, so people think that your life is actually good when internally you are miserable. And those of us that have been there, and those of us that live on the other side of that, will see it. And those of us like me who will see it, we won't help you unless you ask. Now, my wife will see it. My wife will reach out to you because she's like that. She wants to help the world and everybody in it. So do I. But you have to ask me first, because that makes me feel special. For you guys watching on YouTube, I had a really big Kermit the Frog sipping his tea moment right there. Side note, check us out on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. Negativity sucks. It's absolutely draining. I don't want to be around it. So if you're a negative person, own it. Just fucking own it, because that's going to be the first step to getting rid of it. Realize the thought patterns that you have developed, that you have created. When you find yourself in a shitty situation, who put yourself in that situation? Spoiler alert, is probably you. So, who can get you out of that? Yay, you. You're the one. So, if you are a person who realizes that you are continuously, routinely, somewhat emphatically negative and you're tired of it, cool. The fact that you can acknowledge that, it's like fucking alcoholism. It's the first step to recovery. If you're a negative person, first step to get out of that, realize that you're a negative person. And when you're in that negative space, figure out something that pulls you out. Me personally, what pulls me out of a negative space is just getting to work. Okay, if my mind is focused on the negative, odds are I'm not being productive. And I really like to be productive. I like to get shit done, and I like you to acknowledge that I got shit done. Look at all this stuff I've done. Wow, you did a lot of work. Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear. So if I find myself in a negative space, I go do something productive. Spoiler alert, foreshadowing and or past shadowing. There's a good number of these podcasts, these solo episodes that have been recorded when I've been in a negative headspace. So, hey, I'm going to be productive. You know what I need to do? I need to record an episode. Boom. So I'm going to turn that negative into something positive. I'm going to share it with you. Find yourself in a negative headspace. Figure out what pulls you out of that. For me, it's being productive. It's getting to work. It's doing something. There was a time when I sold books door to door. That in and of itself is going to be its own episode one day. Things I learned selling books door to door. The best and worst job I ever had. Somebody, and I don't know who it was, maybe it was at the beginning. They told us a trick because it's hard. You're going to get a lot of no's, and you're going to start to take those no's personally, and they're not personal. Sometimes people just don't want you on their fucking doorstep. But somebody told me when you're having a bad day, when you're getting a lot of no's, and you start to take it personal, and you think they're thinking about you or talking about you and saying no to you, look up. Physically, look to the sky. Have you ever tried to be sad while looking up? What do you do when you're sad? There's a certain posture, back to muscle memory and habits and things like that. There's a certain posture your body takes when you're sad, when you're sore, when you're tired. And it's this position of flexion. Chin to the chest, arms in, curled in, fetal position kind of thing. That's what you do when you're sad, right? What do you do when you're sad? You curl up in a ball, you go lay in bed, you wrap yourself up. You are in, you are closed. It's a posture of sadness, if you will. So if you are in a position of sadness and negativity, physically get yourself out, not even mentally. Physically put yourself in a position of positivity and happiness. What is that position? Looking up. Or if that's too much, just look forward. Stop looking down. Next time you're sad, look up. Next time you're crying, look up. Physically look up. Tilt your head back. Pull your shoulders back. Look up. See if that changes. And it's going to be weird because it's going to fucking work. Okay, so that's you. You are the easiest person to fix, right? My troubles are special. No, they're not. You're not special. Everyone is special, which means no one is special. So, if you're not the problem, what's the only other problem? People you associate with. Now, as much as I hate people who are triggered, or the word triggered, or the verb triggered, or whatever triggered means now, anything, outside of pew, there are things that will trigger emotions, that will trigger negativity. And sometimes those things are other people. So if you are around other people and you notice after you leave a certain person or group that you are thinking and feeling more negative, guess what? That's the wrong group to be in. Because you are as blank as your 10 closest friends or your 5 closest friends or whatever. Pick whatever number you want. I don't even know if I have 5 friends. So let's say my 3 closest friends. You are as blank as them. And if they're negative, then guess what? So are you. So if you're all happy-go-lucky and loving life and everything, and then you go out and grab a drink with so-and-so, and then life starts to get real shitty, maybe it's not you. Maybe it's them. Now, negativity comes in a lot of forms. There's the woe is me, the easy to understand, the quite blatantly fucking obvious one. But then there's the other negativity, the camouflage one, the chameleon, if you will. The I'm better than everybody. Everybody's doing it wrong. You should do it my way. Isn't what? Isn't that what this podcast is? Yeah, kind of. But also at the same time, unequivocally, no, it's totally different than that. The person who has the right answer all the time is a negative person to be around. But why? I mean, if they got the right answer, is it the right answer? No, it's just an answer. But if they've got an answer for everything, that's the wrong person to be around because odds are they don't have experience in everything. Shot in the dark. They probably don't. So if they've got the right answer, if they know the right stuff, and they are emphatic about it, I want a second opinion. What? That's the stupidest thing you could do. Everybody's doing it wrong anyway. Why would you seek a second opinion? I'm the one who knows. I've been there. Have you? Have you been there? I don't know if you have. I used to have someone who had no wife and no kids telling me how to deal with wife and kids. That's not the right person to be around. That's a negative person. I've seen coaches trying to tell people to do things that they've never done. That's the negative person. I've seen Facebook marketers who are not even just regular, yeah, sure, whatever, Facebook marketers that are telling you how to market, and all they know is how to put together a Facebook ad. There's a very low level of entry to a whole lot of these different things, but obviously people go into it with gusto. They want to be the best, so they tell you that they're the best, but they don't have any reason to tell you they're the best. That's negative. And the better these people are at camouflaging it, the longer it's going to take you to find out. And then when you do, man, that's going to be a rude awakening. So it was really hard for you to figure out when you're being negative. And it was really hard for you to pull yourself out of that negativity. You know, it's even harder than that when the source of negativity is outside of you and you have to tell that person or that group or those associations that they're the problem. That's a hard conversation to have. That's confrontation. Oh, full circle. Because nobody likes to be ghosted. Nobody likes to just lose an acquaintance, an associate, a friend. But at the same time, if you are in close relationships and close proximity with these people and they suck dick, you got to let them know. And that's a hard thing to do to someone that you are friends with, that you are partners with, that you are associated with. Hey, you know what? Man, your frame of mind kind of sucks and it's really bringing me down. That's a hard conversation to have. That's confrontational. It's not confrontational like I'm going to go out there and I'm going to pound my chest and I'm going to tell you that I'm better than you, or look at my numbers, look at my business. I dare you to come get me, come catch me. That's a different kind of confrontation. To have a conversation with somebody that you respect in some way, shape, or form on some kind of level, and that conversation is you telling them that they kind of suck, that's a really positive step. And it's a hard positive step to take. Try it because we've all got friends, associates, acquaintances, patients, clients. We've got a bottom 10%. Everybody has take any group of people that you want, and there's a bottom 10%. And you got to cut the 10%. the bottom 10. Or you got to give them the opportunity to come with you. Because again, that's the overarching theme of this whole thing. I am going to try and be better than you. If you're better than me, I'm going to try and catch you and surpass you. If you're not where I am, or you are where I am and you want to come with, I will help you. But you have to want to come with. So if you got that bottom 10%, you got that shitty, that negative relationship, you got to confront it. You have to. Hey, this isn't working for me anymore. I'm going to a new place. I'm going to a new station, a new higher echelon, if you will. Pulling out some SAT words. You can come with, but I'm going to need you to change, because I'm changing, and it's for the better. And this whole negativity thing, it's not going to work for me anymore. I don't like to shit on people. I'm not I'm not that guy. I used to be that guy. I think that was last episode or 2 episodes ago. Hi, my name is James Taylor. I'm an asshole. I'm a different kind of asshole now, but I was a different kind of asshole then. I was a bad asshole. It's a weird sentence. But I used to shit on a lot of people. I don't do that anymore. It's annoying to me now. I don't make fun of people often. If I do, in all reality, if I'm making fun of people, they're friends of mine and they got it coming. If I'm not making fun of you, it's probably because I don't care about you. So both I'm sorry and you're welcome. But negativity, that's not allowed here anymore. It's not. Life can suck. Things can suck. Bad things happen to good people all the time. It's all about how you deal with it. And if you want to sit and wallow, or if you want to blame somebody else, get the fuck out. I'm not here for it. I'm really not. That's not the life I'm in anymore. That's not the place I am. I'm going to be better than you. And that's not a negative thing to say, because you're welcome to come along. But if you get offended at something I say, that doesn't make it wrong. That's my new favorite saying, by the way. I'm going to see if I can say it every episode, because it's right. So let's recap whatever the hell this thing was. Negativity sucks. Let's start with you. If you're negative, stop it. Just like that? Yeah, this sort of. There are negative triggers. Figure out what those triggers are. If those triggers are internal, then figure out how to change it. What do you do in a negative headspace? Look up. Change your posture, because your body gets used to these things. Your body gets used to habits. Okay. So if you're in a habit of being negative, what's that posture? It's curled, it's in, it's looking down. Just look up. That's going to be the first step to change it. But you have to realize when you're in that headspace. 2, if you're not the cause for the headspace, then you're reacting to a cause for the headspace. Change the reaction. If you can't change the reaction, change your trigger. What is the trigger? If it's not you, then it's them. If the trigger is them, leave them. Get out of there. And if you like them and you want to keep them around, let them know that they're triggering you to be in a negative headspace. I hate that I've used that word so many times. I really do. But you have to have that confrontation. You have to have that conversation. If you're not having that conversation, then you're just perpetuating the cycle. If it's not you, it's them. If it's them, tell them. If they want to change and come with you, let them. If they don't, let them, and then leave them. You're not here for that. You're going forward. Leave them behind. See? Oh, that was the other one. If you're in a negative headspace, do something productive. That's what works for me. That's where this came from. I don't know if you could tell. It was a bit of a rant. Hope it was helpful. Once again, you'll learn more here by accident than elsewhere by design. You know why? Because I'm sharing my experience with you. Your experience doesn't have to match mine, but maybe my experience can help you. Maybe. Or maybe it could just piss you off. I don't fucking care. Love you. Thank you. Like, share, follow. James Taylor, fueled by spite. I will see you next time.